There are 30 attacks in a ranked weekly tournament. But can I 3-star every single one of them for the ultimate perfect? I auto-sign up, so we will have matched already with 100 other players. At Town Hall 18, it is tricky enough to 3-star, never mind 30 times in a row, and we will come across some top-level players, because this is the new fake Legends, Electro 31, where there's no modifiers, but you get the highest amount of starry ore, so this is the league people gravitate to. The battles do not start until tomorrow, but you can see also that everyone takes 30 defenses. So let's set a defensive layout. This is my second account, so nowhere near maxed, but I will set an effective layout. This is, I'll say, an old Legend base, but it's only like a week and a half old. I'm pushing on my main account where I am resetting inside the top 200. Actually, there was some modifications to this base where the Revenge Tower should really be on this side of the base. And I think the Clan Castle as well was swapped across to this side as well. So let's swap the monolith with that. A Super Wizard Tower with the monolith. And that Revenge Tower with a Super Wizard Tower. Actually, the Multi-Gear Tower was also over this side. That was the tweaks that we made to this layout. Or should I say Itsu made to this layout. So if we save that, we only directly swapped buildings, so there won't be any cooldown. We can set that. Maybe I can not only get all 3 stars on offense, but I could not be 3-starred on defense. The double perfect. I'm actually quickly just getting my builders working whilst I can, even though these upgrades will not take effect for the ranked week, because my base, including the levels, is locked in once the battles start tomorrow. The first day of attacking. So far, the perfect defense. We have not been 3-starred, but there's still 26 defenses left to take. However, today I'm going to do the first 10 attacks. I'll then do 10 tomorrow and 10 the day after, just to break this up a little bit. Firstly, let's fill my Clan Castle troops. Actually, I think we have, yes, some Clan Castle cakes we can use. That will make this much easier. And we can go ahead, change from my farming army. That will definitely be helpful. And then we can dive into the first attack. Miss my fireball on one of these. Spend too long warden walking. And that's it. It's game over. Okay, we have a meta base design to start out. This awful town hall in the center. Where do we fireball? I feel like we have to try and get one of the poison tower compartments. The one on the left is the obvious because the Revenge Tower is there. Do we go for a quick fireball or do we go for a safe fireball with the Warden Walk? Let's go for a safe fireball. Should have put my loon in first just to protect Sneezy. And the reason I say that is, notice there are 2 elixir storages behind the ricochet cannon. Once my Warden locks onto those, I can essentially be assured my Warden is not going to move to a defense when I start turning some invisible, and therefore he's going to be protected. So let's just make sure that we don't have the fireball go off early. Once he's taken out the ricochet cannon, actually we might be able to get to that poison tower without using any spells. You can look at the range of the rage aura to let you know where the Warden is going to go next, and therefore what the closest defense is. So as he steps in towards the poison tower here, yeah, we should be able to just go like that. You do have to get the poisons in quick if there's any builder huts for the Revenge Tower. That worked beautiful. And then we can begin charging up towards the top. So we spent 1 minute doing that. Okay, we have a witch and a hound. Not the end of the world. Let's go like this. King at the top. And then we're going to go log launcher through there. Just to try and make sure that we can get in towards the town hall. Okay, let's now go with the Royal Champion on this side to try and get in towards the Multi-Gear Tower and the Single Target Inferno. All is looking good at the moment. And the Overgrowth, sometimes you use for damage, sometimes you use for pathing. In this instance, the Log Launcher should open the walls just in time that everything goes into there. Let's actually use... Okay, we don't need to use anything at the moment. Let's overgrowth the monolith, the super wizard tower, just to make sure we have less damage moving through to the back end of the base. I've probably sent in my headhunter, but all is good. And honestly, I think we're looking good for this one. Send in the headhunter now. Let's use the queen ability. I'm going to save the invisibility spells for the royal champion. The rage spell for when the rage tower, or the overgrowth, sorry, wakens back up. We can also use the freeze. There we go. We can rage. We can freeze this section. Super barbarians to make sure we don't time fail. And check that out. What a way to start. Plenty of confidence moving into this one. The fireball could be something that really throws a spanner in the works. Making sure I land that 30 times in a row to not fail might not be easy, but the first 3-star is in the books. Woo! Okay. You know what? We're just going to continue. We're just going to dive right back into the next one. I'm literally just going to knock all of the attacks out. Oh my gosh. What is this? A double invis base. I told you, Electro 31 is the new fake legends. Okay. Focus here. Focus. Do we start with a Warden Walk and then try and fireball the center? Could we actually... Okay, so if we hit the spitter, we can get the CC as well. Would the Expo get the CC? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have time to try and calculate that, but I can calculate it as I'm Warden Walking. Okay. Because the Expo is a lot easier to hit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 3 is 9. Yes, so the Expo would get the Clan Castle, I believe, unless I'm miscalculating. Which I could very well be doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Basically calculating the gaps in between the Expo and the Clan Castle. But how do we land the fireball there? That's the question. We don't have a lot of buildings to anchor on here. We've got the Elixir Collector. 1, 2, 1... Yeah, we could, once we get to, like, this Elixir Collector, we could anchor to the Expo. And it would just be 2 fireballs. 2 fireballs, 2 invis. 1, 2. Do that. Get that in. Yeah, see, we hit the Clan Castle. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't lose the Warden. Goodness me, that would not be great. Fireball was beautiful as well. Talk about taking risks. Oh, my goodness me. Okay. We got this. We're going to have to go with the log launcher because there is an invisibility spell tower. So we do have to make sure that we activate that and we can move through. Now let's send in the Royal Champion to the left. Just keeping an eye on the Queen here. I do not want that Queen ability going off early, so I am going to turn her invisible. Looking okay. What are we overgrowth? I think I'm going to overgrowth the monolith on the... Oh my goodness, I missed it. Okay, that's trying to get too greedy with the overgrowth. Let's use the Queen ability now and the Rage because this is a very dangerous section. If we can push through this, then we're looking good to move up to the back end. Just going to try and make sure to take out some of the buildings on the outside. That means the spiky ball will then move into the base. We can use it now. There we go, hitting all of the defenses. Then let's pause the Royal Champion where she is, so she's out of range of defenses. Use wizards and start clearing up these back defenses. Second attack. Good to go. Yes. Okay. Wow. Maybe I'll explain the fireball at some point, but basically you can calculate how far it's going to reach by counting the tiles in one direction and another and the gap between them. And then you just have to square root it, etc. Anyways, 2 attacks, 2 3-stars. Let's keep going. Let's get the CC and dive into the next one. Honestly, I mean, I'll be pretty upset if we fail on the first day. Okay, another double invis base. We can easily take out one of the invisibility spell towers. If I had an ice block, what I like to do is send the RC into the other one and ice block it. We can't do that right here. So I think what we need to do... Let's start with the Warden. We're going to invis the air defense. That means that we can get the fireball deeper into the base to take out that entire section. Now, the other invis spell tower is annoying, but we're just going to deal with it once we get there. So I delayed the healers. Oh, I've got an idea. Why don't we go like this? Log launcher through there. King. Send this in. Try and tank everything. I'm basically going to spiky ball that compartment. That gets rid of a lot of the damage, and then we'll overgrowth it right afterwards. So everything's looking fine. We've got the CC coming out. I would like the king to move into the base. So far, it's not quite working out. Let's go with the spiky ball now. Hope it hits the invis. It did. Then we can just instantly overgrowth that to get rid of the damage. Make sure we're clean. Did I miss the witch? Obviously, I did. Moving through the base. Invis the royal champion. We cannot have her going down so quickly. Fox is down, so we've got to be careful here. Let's invis her again and then use the ability. Try and make sure we can get through this. Oh, this is tricky moving to the back end of the base. Okay. Okay. Freeze here. Stun this. Try and let the royal champion take out this compartment. Do I rage the royal champion? I'm debating it. Yeah. If the royal champion gets this section, we are... Oh, no, 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 no. I really shouldn't have raged there then, should I? Oh, my goodness me. Okay, okay. Never mind, never mind. We've got the queen ability. We just need to take out all of this fast enough. Can we get the queen out of this compartment, or do we break her into the next compartment? We've got one wall breaker. We've got the queen ability. Honestly, I still think we've got this. We want the queen to walk out. Maybe we use the wall breaker. Let's see where the queen goes. Does she punch out of the wall here? Does she try and punch out of the wall? She does. So let's... Oh, no, never mind. Wall breaker. Yeah, because there's no buildings in that compartment for the wall breaker to go to. But never mind. She's going to get out of the wall. And then when she does, she can easily get in towards those buildings. Ooh. Sometimes the plan is good. The execution gets a little bit hectic. I'll take it. 3 stars. Okay, that moves us up to 17th in the leaderboard. Clearly, I'm expecting to finish first overall if we are going for the perfect all 33 stars and never 3-starred on defense. Let's have a look at the moment. Looks like most people have a 2-star average. Some of these people will have just blasted their attacks, all Valkyries at the start, granted. Let's dive into the next proper attack. Oh, what is going on with these real base designs? Give me one break. Okay, we've got CC on the left. Can enter behind. Oh, I like the fireball value down here, but honestly, I'm thinking to this left side, if we can hit the multi-archer tower, we get the CC, we get the fire spitter. Question is, how do we best do that? Do we go for a quick fireball? I think we should do that. Let's test with an archer here, just to make sure there's no Tesla. And we can go invis. Quick fireball. That takes all of that out. Beautiful. Okay. There was a Tesla. Yeah, you always want to make sure. But I want the warden to come up here. So after that Tesla, I'm going to pull him out of the way. Yeah. Just to make sure that we didn't lose where we were entering from. Because I want the log launcher to basically... You notice the straight line through the multi, through the monolith, through the inferno. Everything. Oh, I said the multi. Through the revenge tower is the other thing I meant. I'm going to wait on the royal champion because we could easily send her in too quick and she'd get ahead of my king. And then I don't have the tanking. Let's just keep an eye here. Let's use the totem spell. There we go. Now the king's tanking that multi-archer tower so we can send the royal champion in. We do not want the queen to walk here, but the king has thankfully put that side out okay. Right. Let's use the overgrowth over on this side, mainly just for pathing to keep all of my troops together. I'm going to use the queen ability. I saw she was in danger and I couldn't quite think of what I wanted to do there. Keeping an eye on the royal champion. Send that in. We can tank the minion prince as the headhunter's running through. We've got a minute and a half, so we don't have to rush with anything. Now we can rage in the center. We can turn everything invisible to get the multi-target inferno. King ability for this bottom section. As soon as the multi-gear cannon goes down, we can press the RC ability. This one is in the bag. Beautiful. Feel like I'm getting into the groove. That was a much better executed attack. I guess I could have kept a bit of a closer eye on the queen in the center of the base, made sure that she didn't go down. that could come back to bite me if I'm not using my spells enough and trying to be too preservative. But hey, you never want to rush your spells when they're not needed either. You've got all of the healers alive at first, so just let the troops take some damage and be healed back up. Okay. Let's get the 5th attack in, and then maybe I'll take a 1-minute breather. Oh, beautiful! I'll take this. All right. Do not underestimate any bases. So I'm not going to just blast everything in here and be silly. Okay, I think the easiest thing to do is use an invis here to get the builder hut, and it keeps the warden invisible. Then I can get all of that cleared. Yeah, I mean, it's nigh and impossible to fail now. The only reason I could have failed this base is if I missed the fireball. So I'm using the overgrowth early here as well, by the way, so that my troops don't take damage before they get to those buildings, but it'll wear off near enough by the time they get there. Okay. Right. Let's have 2 seconds. Just check my emails. Reset. 5 attacks in. We are 1/6 of the way through. 285 trophies. I wonder how many we can get, because unlike Legends League, you gain trophies on defense as well. Basically the ones that your opponent missed. Get into attack 6. Okay, we're back to a Town Hall 18. Good. This is good. Okay, but where do I start? This is a bit jumbled, and sometimes jumbled bases can get to you. What is happening over here? Okay. There's only a 4-tile gap in between the Revenge Tower and the Expo at the back, so we could hit both of those. And honestly, I feel like that's just the play and then go into the Town Hall. And actually, I'm going to miss the Expo, because what I'm going to do is make sure we get the Super Wizard Tower down, because that can chain through the healers. Oh, okay. Scratch that. Did I hit it? Maybe it was just a lower level Expo, and that's why I took it out in one shot. Never mind. Okay, we don't need the log launcher on this one, because it's not going to give us any value. So let's actually go with the troop thrower. That'll help us to break through the walls. This to try and distract that defending minion prince. Warden, Queen, uh-oh, where on earth are you guys going? Let's overgrowth all of this, try and take this down, push the queen back. Okay, that was good. Worked like a charm. Okay, let's freeze the monolith multi. Did I catch the minion prince? I don't think I did, but all should be good. If I hadn't have overgrowth that side, then we could have been in a lot of danger. Again, the overgrowth can be used for either pathing or damage. Trying to let the Spirit Fox rotate in there, which it did. In this case, we obviously used it for pathing. If you get into areas where there's high damage, you can equally use it there. Okay, let's go Queen ability now. Let's try and tank everything over there. Ooh, I've had a couple of, like, not clean attacks. But hey, it's fine. It's fine. A 3-star is a 3-star. That's what I always say. Sometimes it's about how you adapt in the midst of chaos as well. And I feel like we did everything we needed to make sure we could continue this challenge. But I'm only halfway through today. I still have 3 other days of this. Don't slip up, Judo. Don't slip up. Okay. Attack 7. Let's chill out. Oh my goodness. Rage Tower. Gotta hit the Rage Tower. Sometimes that, like, baits you in as well, though. Right, let's take a look here. We could get the Builder Hut. Would not get the Revenge Tower. The Expo would. Would we charge to that Expo? Feel like that's the play. We've got the gold storage there, which we can try and anchor the Warden onto. It's a lot of invis spells to do a quick fireball here. I could, but equally, I'm not in range of the clan castle. And I should be able to anchor... Yeah, if we go like this, it's 2 invis spells. So, 1, 2... Oh, I missed the... Oh my goodness, that was ridiculous. Then I turned the gold storage invisible. I was trying to... Okay, I was trying to hit all 3 defenses, and for some silly reason... Focus for a second. For some silly reason... I missed the air defense, so I had to use another invis. Let's keep an eye on where the... long shot locks onto. I think we'll just use that there now. Now let's go with the RC. I probably shouldn't have done that because I sent the RC direct into the poison tower. Lock up that fire spitter. Freeze this. Okay, we gotta save some stuff for that back end rage tower. Like, I can't. This is where I'm saying you can't commit too many spells like straight away, and then not have stuff for that. So let's use the totem. Let's go queen ability. Let the queen do a little bit of stuff here. And then let's rage. Ooh, royal champ. Yeah, we kept her alive. Okay. Let's try and take out some of them little buildings so the spiky ball is more effective. Actually, we don't need the spiky ball yet. We can protect it for that top area. Yeah, should be good here. Should be good. So, at this point, everything's ahead of the king, so we can just look at the percentage. Once we get down to 91. I normally like to play it safe, like 92, 93. Okay, everything's out in front of the king here, so basically we can just sit and watch the percentage once it gets to 91. Sometimes flicks above that, but essentially that's then when you use your spiky ball because you're going to hit all of the buildings. 3 stars, next attack. Oh my goodness. What is this? Okay, you know what? I think I want to do like just a quick fireball and go like that, and like that. That basically gets CC really good value because trying to consider like charging into the base, the question is, I think we want to finish on that section. Trying to consider like charging into the base and then getting a deep fireball was quite a lot. Whereas I could do it like that. Oh, let's try and get the revenge tower early. I didn't see that. We can just totem it. Yeah, doing it like that just gave me that funneling initially gets really good value. I could have probably got slightly better value here or there, but it doesn't really matter. Let's totem that revenge tower. You always want to hit the totem behind the revenge tower because then it's not going to ricochet into any of your troops. I think we should overgrowth. Where do we overgrowth in honesty? I think we're just going to overgrowth here to mitigate damage in the middle here. And then we'll get to that section at the bottom when we get there. All is looking good. Again, I don't want to use too many spells at this point because... Oh, Invis spell from the Royal Champion made her run away. I'm going to need a lot of spells for that back end of the base. So we can do that now. We can poison, use the king ability. Try and basically strip out all of the buildings there that we needed to. Ready for when everything else hit this bottom area. Fantastic. That was... Really happy with how that one was executed, actually, because this is the type of base that you could easily fail on if you're not careful and you don't get a good fireball or you know, just don't quite get enough value. And I feel like that one went great. All right, how many are we? I want to try and stick to the 10 attacks each day just to make sure that I'm spacing this out. I don't... you know, start getting sloppy towards the end or anything like that. But again, another quite tightly compact base. Revenge Tower, like, okay. So it'd be ideal to attack into that if we can, but I was looking to fireball the opposite side of the base, because we really don't get much value over by that, but we could charge, and if we could hit, like, the Multi-Inferno, that's not as tricky to hit as you think. But the main thing is it takes a little bit of time here. That's the question. What's our anchor point? We could use any of the collectors, but we'd have to use an extra invis then as well. Maybe the Barbarian King. We can use him as the anchor point. Let's do that. So it'd be good to get that Builder Hut out of the way. We can go invis, invis. Yeah, as soon as the warden locks onto the king, Tesla popped. Okay, it's good that we're taking the fire spitter down because we can then get the Tesla right after this in combination with the Builder Hut. Okay, let's go now. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can hit the multi from there. It gets us really good value, but don't lose the warden, Judo! Yeah. Oh, no! What? Okay. This is bad. This is bad, actually. Okay. Don't have ideal pathing here either. Come on, Queen. Step out and come around. Yes, she did. Okay. We got a minute. We could be okay here. What is... blasting the king so much? Send an RC in now. Let's overgrowth that monolith. That is being really troublesome. Oh, the Revenge Tower. What am I doing? I forgot about the Revenge Tower. Queen. Doing queen things. King. Equally banging against the wall. Good job. We've got a minute left. So now what we need to do is go with that, rage there, freeze, king ability, RC ability. Come on. This can be my let off. Don't time fail. Don't you dare time fail. Now we got this. Woo! Okay. That's what I'm saying. Fireball is risky. It's risky. Wow. All right, how many more have we got? I'm ready for a break. I'm ready to just step it down. We're into the top 10 after day 1. This is the last attack of today. Let's keep the dream alive. Ooh, this is actually a proper legend space. Okay. I think we could go with... check the range of these. I want to fireball the ricochet cannon. But if we get the archer tower first... Then we probably want to go far side. It's a Town Hall 17, so like we should be fine here. Just check the range of that defense. Once we get the Archer Tower, we can then hit. Let's wait. You always want to just be careful, like the balloon could pop a Tesla. You never know when things might end up going south. So you want to wait until Warden. Yeah, this way. You want to wait until your boogers from Sneezy, everything like that, has actually popped any areas where there could be Tesla. Log launcher straight through the middle again, gets us good value. King to tank. Then we'll go Headhunter for that queen. Start taking out some buildings on the perimeter. And then again, I'm going to keep the RC just because of that poison tower, just like last time. I'm not going to send the RC straight into there. I can send her now from up at the top side. We can overgrowth this to just eliminate a bit of damage in the middle. Use an invis there just to keep the queen alive. Yeah, this should be fine. Mobility. Rage, use that. Yeah, we can essentially close out today with the 3-star. That was... Put the totem in place ready. Why not? Interesting play. You get a certain way through the attacks when you know you've 3-starred and you just start doing things that are so random that you would never normally do. But it's because the attack is secured. 3 stars in the bag. That is 10 3-stars. We've crept into the top 10 here. 400 on offense. Not a 3-star on defense. But we have 3 more days to go. Day number 2, I have a 35-minute window where I can get my attacks done. So we need to dive straight into this. We did get attacked. Maybe that was regular battle mode. Let's actually go to here. We're rank 17. And so far, the defense remains perfect. Let's go. Fingers crossed. Okay, Clan Castle Cake. Did I do... I think I did 2 farming attacks last night. No, maybe I didn't. It was the night before. Never mind. We've still got our regular army selected. And let's hope rushing and having to get these attacks done right now does not come back to bite me. Here we go. Okay. Okay. No warm-up. We're going in fresh. Do not like the looks of that revenge tower over by the town hall. Okay, I'm getting a phone call. Great. Oh, today is being a hectic day. Okay. Where do I fireball? I kind of feel like the scatter shot or the... I can't think. Stop calling me. The fire spitter. I'm going to fireball the fire spitter. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting and debating all day long. Okay. How do we get that there quickly? We could actually snipe that. No, we can't. Definitely can't snipe that. Okay. Just trying to look at how to most effectively get the fireball to the fire spitter. Mortar is in the range. We might just walk there, and then we can use maybe 1 invis onto the air defense and mortar. Let's see here. Let's see. Do we even try and get, now that we're getting closer, the poison tower? No, that only gets 1 of the building. Okay, now we're on the fire spitter. Let's just fireball. Queen. Pull the warden to the side. There we go. We didn't use any invisibility spells, so that's great because we can then use that. Let's go troop launcher. Okay. What is on the warden? Warden, stay alive! Goodness me. Alright, let's invis all of that, or not invis, overgrowth it, sorry. Let's get the RC on the revenge tower. All is looking good so far. Revenge tower going down. Let's distract that super wizard tower to protect all of the snakes from the snake bracelet. This looks good. So the overgrowth in this instance, not used as much for pathing, more so used to make sure that damage is not a problem. And then by the time we take out all of these buildings, look, it's just waking back up. So we can press the Queen ability. We can rage. Keep an eye on the RC up there so that we can keep her alive. Only 1 minute left, though. This is dangerous. Let's go RC ability. Let's go King ability, because that's in the middle of the base now. Can we snipe that mortar? Yes. Let's try and distract things. Time is our biggest enemy right now. We should be good. Do I think we're going to keep the king and those meteor golems alive? Freeze there. Totem spell does provide a little bit of damage, so I was hoping it might have been enough to actually take out the super archer tower, but it wasn't. Okay, that wizard tower is attacking the totem, so we can get a wizard on that. Drop an archer in there. We're good, but oh my goodness, what a shaky start. Hey, sometimes you need to just dive in and do things. Not always have the highest level of concentration. Did I use my raid medals to fill my CC last time? I did. Because I claimed the Clan Castle cake and I didn't activate it. I was too much in a rush. All right. Let's see whether we can get all 10 done today. Okay, Town Hall 17. Bit happier with this. We can take a moment to chill. But again, Rage Tower compartments, you can easily lose your troops. So you do have to be careful that you're not... yeah, you're not underestimating anything. 1, 2, 3. I was looking, can we actually get direct onto the Rage Tower? Or is it even worth it? I'm not too sure. Let's actually start here. And I will figure it out. Okay. I think what we're going to do, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, we can actually hit that. So why don't we just go like this and go onto the wizard tower, and then we can take all of that out. Okay, let's use that. I think what I will do is, both scatter shots are pointing, both flame flingers, sorry, no, fire spitters are pointing in that direction. So do we take one out early? Would have been nice if the bugger could have got that one down. Come on. Get it down. Yes, it did. Okay. Now we can go into this one and just get that down straight away. Beautiful. Let's actually go Troop Thrower again. Meteor Golems to tank there. And the King. And I'll wait on the Royal Champion. Otherwise, she is going to run straight into all of those defenses and go down incredibly fast. And that's a Totem. Now use the Royal Champion. And I think, where do we overgrowth? Honestly, I think probably just like the Monolith is the best option. Just to eliminate a bit of damage there. Yeah, we're going to be good here. No need to worry. Keep that Monolith distracted. Again, just make sure we're not... Oh, I thought the single was on the King. Never mind. Yeah, when you're doing a challenge like this, I've found out in the past, you can easily underestimate bases, and then all of a sudden, you lose your fireball to the wrong direction, a Rage Tower does more damage to your troops than you expect. And that's where slip-ups can happen, when you're not fully concentrated. As what is the summary of today. But 2 attacks in, we should be back in the top 10, I think, right? And I'm thoroughly expecting to win this league. Rank 15. We're not there yet, so let's keep going. Alright, this is a trickier base. So let's focus up. Invis, Invis. I'm kind of liking the multi-gear tower. Or actually, we could quite easily get onto the scatter shot. Okay. Let's test with one archer. Just make sure there's not a Tesla there. There's not. Now we can go 1, 2. Oh, I missed the clan castle. Are you kidding? I missed it, right? Yeah, one of my earthquakes didn't hit it. Beautiful! What am I doing? The whole point in using the second invis was to hit the clan castle, and then I placed my earthquakes in way too hastily. Do I go far side on this to try and get the clan castle early? I guess I probably should. We're risking a 1 star, but 1 stars don't matter. We're going for 3 stars. Is it worth going? I can't tell. Let's get the Super Wizard Tower. Let's go far side. Let's risk it. Okay. Now, we can't really block the Fire Spitter, but we're equally... Remember what I was saying? Like, the healers... As long as the Queen ability doesn't go off here, then we are fine. Because the healers can heal things back up. What we do want to do is start the log launcher. King. Where do we overgrowth? Do we save it for the back end? Do we save it for the Revenge Tower? It's hard to know right now. That monolith. Okay, now let's send the Royal Champion in. Now we've got a little bit better pathing in towards the middle. I think what we're going to do is lock this down so we can focus on the Revenge Tower. Let's try and lock that Revenge Tower up. The ability goes off. Okay, once the RC takes out this Builder Hurt, let's use her ability. Go like that to protect the Queen, because we don't quite want that ability going off yet. Let's use it now with the Rage. Let's totem here. Take that out. Looking okay, I think. Yeah, we're going to be good. What do we... Let's freeze. Light Beam. Nice. Okay. Missed the earthquakes. Really, really bad. I mean, if I had done that in Legends League, you don't get any slip-ups. And I had an okay day yesterday in Legend League, but I only had 3 stars. I've been averaging like 4 to 5. So yeah, those little mistakes definitely come back to bite you. How many attacks is that so far? 13. We're nearly halfway. Oh my goodness. All right. I will say I do not like these double poison bases. They are a nightmare. I feel like we have to fireball the ring on the inside. It's tempting to try and get a fireball at the bottom. So we cannot reach the clan castle if we hit the fire spitter. We don't get as much value unless we hit the fire spitter. We could go for like the revenge tower, but I think the fire spitter is going to be the play. So let's begin charging there, and then we can see... what do we invis to get it there? There's a lot of buildings on the outside to invis here. There's not a lot of anchor points once we get further in. So this is tricky. We might have to... Maybe when he gets to like this gold storage. But then we have to make sure we don't time fail. So I think probably going... Just making sure we have spells for the back end revenge tower is going to be the play. So after this wizard tower, and then the builder hut, he'll go to the gold mine, as long as the... Probably didn't need that invis spell, but I didn't want to take any chances. Now he'll go to... Okay, so let's go invis, fireball. Okay, we hit the monolith, which is not great, but it still gets the fire spitter. We just missed the scatter shot. Do we go into the damage, or do we overgrowth that on the back end? Honestly, I think we're going to overgrowth it on the back end. I changed my mind mid-attack. Just do not like the look of going straight into the heroes. It can mess you up a little bit. So let's go king, log launcher, these. Okay. Oh. I was debating using the freezing to protect the log launcher, but then I thought actually it's not worth it. I want the king to go a little bit further before I use the royal champion, but actually the meteor golems are going that way anyway, so let's just send the RC now. Okay. And what we're going to do is lock the revenge tower and the multi-gear the multi-infernos up, that's going to assure that the meteor golems have to path to the right to keep everything together. And then we're going to save a lot of these spells for the far side, because that is a dangerous area. You start sniping that. Send that. Let's just use a totem for that defending minion prince, because it can be awful. Okay, we want the revenge tower to kind of wake up now. We don't want things moving too far from that. So there we go. Queen ability and rage. Okay, way better executed. That base was much more difficult, and yet that's what happens when you dial in. You just get it done. Swagging spells. Beautiful job. 4 3-stars already. Man, the dream is still alive, especially with the defenses, and hopefully you're learning a lot from the video as well, whether it be pathing of the troops, whether it be spell timing. As we get towards the end, there should be a good amount of tips in different areas to help with your attacks. All right, we're up to rank 10. All right, so this one will get us in the top 10, and this marks the halfway. Okay. So clearly, it's tempting to fireball that area, right? The question is, how do we get it there without losing the warden? What is our anchor point? Maybe the anchor point is the Dark Elixir drill. We actually walk a couple of these defenses first. If I hit anything in that region, I'm happy. Or what we could do is just play... What you can do sometimes is, let's check for a Tesla. Let's start here. Oh, I sent 2 balloons in. Never mind. Then what we want to do is, after the wizard tower, he locks onto the Dark Elixir storage. You go like this. Go like that. Don't get too greedy. We took out a chunk of that tower, of the section now, that we've eliminated a lot of that damage. We could have used more invis spells, use a warden walk, stuff like that, to try and take more out. But then we'd have had to use more invisibility spells and use more time. So I'm just going to let the warden walk probably these 2 defenses, then we'll get going. Just because I don't want my queen to start walking either. Yeah, we can actually do it from here because we can hit that scatter shot as we move through. So let's go to the troop thrower because the log launcher is not going to give us as good value moving through the base. Let's open up the wall though so that the queen goes in. We've then funneled the other buildings via the king. Let's keep an eye. We can send RC at the bottom. Poison there. And let's make sure that guardian is well distracted. I think what we're going to do is overgrowth the multi-inferno, the revenge tower, that sort of stuff, but probably just want to get a little bit deeper into the base about now, just to protect stuff moving through, and then hopefully let's use the headhunter. Sometimes you need to focus. Hopefully when that wakes up, everything's still in position there and ready to go. But then we're not taking as much damage. See that? So now we can go RC ability. Now everything wakes up, so we go Queen ability, Rage, and we freeze. And that just wipes out that entire compartment now, and it's gone. So we basically... You want to think about it like splitting the damage, right? If there's a heavy hitting area of the base, try to use the overgrowth where you're only taking half of the damage. You take that out. And if you time it correctly, the overgrowth wears off, your troops are still in that location, they haven't walked away, then you can take out the rest, which is exactly what we did there. Halfway mark! Wow! The new fake legends of Electrode 31, 600 trophies on offense, which means it is 1,200, the perfect attack. Yeah, we've actually had a bunch of 1-stars there as well. 55% 1-star. Oh yeah, losing the Spirit Fox early on and an RC dive into Riders and Valkyries. Not going to end well for you, especially not with a core like that. Oh, Fireball as well. Wait, what? Okay. I'll take the defense. Let's not get too distracted here. I have 10 minutes. Okay, I might have to do the rest of these attacks afterwards. 15 minutes at a push. But yeah, I'm probably not going to have time here. Let's just make sure we don't fit... Oh my gosh, this is a proper Legend League base. What? Okay. Well, this is what I do. If you want to crack this base, we go like that. Eyeball. And we walk down into this rage tower compartment. So this is... Okay, he's going to walk that way. Wait, what? Warden. From this way. Okay, we're just going to have to adapt a little bit here and make sure to use totems to protect the queen. Because what you don't want to do is walk in front of the bomb hive. It can do a crazy amount of damage, and it can also take out your healers if you're not careful and use totem spells. So, let's just keep an eye here. Let's use an invis. Gotta go troop launcher. Just gotta focus up a little bit here. No! No, 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 no! Oh my goodness. Okay, this is not good. We should still be fine here because I normally smash this base in Legends and we don't have the modifiers. Just obviously misplaced my Warden a little bit, which meant that he was going in the wrong direction. So let's keep an eye. Everything's going around the base, so what we're going to have to do is use the Rage in the center to make sure that that goes down. So you're always having to just adapt on your attacks, and I guess this is the thing with the Meteor Golems. Sometimes this does happen. Oh my goodness. Thought we were going to lose the Royal Champion there, but we didn't. Sometimes this does happen with the Meteor Golems just because of how, like, they throw one another. Like, one gets thrown and then the next one. That was a bad invis, but I thought the Royal Champion was going to walk in there when the Fire Spitter was firing, and she then did. Definitely didn't need the Royal Champion going down. Okay, so let's lock up a bit of this. Let's poison that defending minion prince. Okay, this is close. Should be good with the king ability. I mean, we got a lot of Meteor Golems here as well. I'm just trying to save this freeze for when the thing wears off. There we go, king ability, ping through those. Wow, okay. Goodness me, I knew the crack the base as well. Okay, maybe it is good that I take a break here. Okay, actually, I've got a little bit longer. My wife just texted me. Beautiful. All right, well, let's see if we can get the 10 of these knocked out. That was less than ideal, but it shows you how to beat a meta base. Just don't get too hasty and place your Warden in the wrong direction. 16 attacks. All right, surely we get a bit of a break now. Oh, I'm actually going to go back and check that person's defense, because I bet they have not taken a 3-star defense either. Okay. Revenge Tower. Is it anywhere? Is it... No. Yeah, we should be good on this base then. I think in all honesty, we should just do a quick fireball onto that Archer Tower. So you can, like, use the Warden and quickly press the ability to get the fireball in, but sometimes it's not worth that risk. It's just like, use... Yeah. Oh, don't forget to put your healers in. Use one Archer to test. Notice how I only used one Earthquake spell there as well. If you know that you're not going to need to use both of them, then just like don't use them both. Okay, let me focus up here for a minute though, because this is a lot of damage. Okay. Disaster averted. Problem is, what do we do in the core here? Let's go Queen ability, Rage, Poison. Let's overgrowth this, damage purposes wise. Okay, now we've got to start using the spells a bit more effectively, because we're running out of stuff here. World Champion, do not go down. Okay. There we go. Okay. Sometimes those tightly compact bases can get pretty hectic. Normally, it's a good idea to fireball like deep into the base, but I figured that was enough value at the start anyway. Okay. I would honestly like to just get today finished off with. Today has been such a rush. I'd like to just make sure we can get these attacks done and dusted. Okay, so this one, it'd be nice to walk the town hall in all honesty, but we gotta just fireball one of the invis compartments. There's no other way about it. Question is, how much do we invis to get the fireball to the invis tower? I think we can go 1, 2. No, it hit the single inferno, but it still gets the same value, so it's fine. Alright, now do we walk to the town hall, or do we walk from the far side at the bottom here? Should probably go far side. We've got good log launcher value. Like, look, we can go right through the single, the monolith, the clan castle, everything like that. It's a lot of damage initially, but it should be fine. Like, it's not a super over-leveled base. We do just need to make sure that that log launcher is protected. Let's go like that. Let's go like that. We can go totem there. And let's actually go RC from that side as well. Totem, poison. Fire Spitter is a little bit of a nuisance, but look at the log launcher just blasting through those buildings, and then even after the CC, it's going to go up and get the multi-gear cannon, or the multi-gear tower. I always call it the cannon. I'm going to do exactly the same as what I did last time. Let's just break the king there. If I had an ice block, I would love to basically ice block my troops when that Inferno tower or the invisibility spell tower area wears off, but I'm just going to overgrowth it so we can get through to this part. Let's go like that. And keep the Warden alive because we have the Rage Aura with the Warden, so obviously that's pretty important when it comes to like your troops dealing more damage, but also making sure that you have your healers being more effective as well. So there we are. Once we take all of this down, we can then use the Queen ability, King ability, everything just pinging down into that bottom area of the base. Don't even need to worry about things, to be honest. Since we have Clash anytime, we might as well use the Rage spell, though. That's not part of the CC. We're going to get it back instantly. Another 3-star. And we are well on our way. Wow, I was curious if I could get this done when I first started, because everyone can slip up. But now it's looking like a possibility. If I can close out today, I'm happy. All right, another real meta base. Okay, this guy is this maxed? I think this guy is maxed. All right, so this is going to be tricky. There's no easy fireball. 2, 3. Feel like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get that fireball straight into the core. That's what I was saying about using the fireball to just instantly press it, so you don't have to worry about, Tester and stuff. Oh, do not tell me that Wizard Tower is going to chain through under the healers. I do not like when that happens. Okay, so I think we're going to go far side from this. We just need the Warden to basically... It is. I'm going to have to use a totem there just because the Super Wizard Tower... It can, if your healers are too close, it can chain through onto them. And obviously we can't lose the healers. So we are going to go far side and try and get that Revenge Tower down early. We just got to make sure we don't time fail. It's probably worth... If you can pick off heroes with the Warden, it's honestly worth doing. Okay, so we're not going to be able to do that. We also don't want the Warden to walk too far that he doesn't then get pulled by our troops here. So let's go like that. Okay, looking good, looking good. Okay, might use... Oh, that far side we're going to need the Rage spell for, actually. I was debating using the Rage spell there, but I think we're going to use Overgrowth for that side. I haven't deployed the King. What happened there? Okay, honestly, not looking too bad. Oh, no, 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 no. No, do not pop my Queen ability. I haven't deployed the Royal Champion. What? What is happening? Oh, this is not good. Because the Royal Champion's now well out ahead. Can't have her go down. Not looking forward to that single target Inferno. I think what we're going to do is... Now that that's popped, overgrowth this. So once the Rage Tower pops, you can use the overgrowth and get pretty good value. And then we're going to rage this area as well, just to make sure that we can get through this pretty quick and save the king ability for when the overgrowth wears off. Wasn't expecting to overgrowth the town hall. Oh, Giga Bomb was less than ideal there. Royal Champion, please stay alive. Let's use the king ability while we're in the middle of the base. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. 30 seconds. We got a poison. We should be good. Meteor Golems will throw to that. If any skellies pop, obviously, we got to use this poison straight away. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so there's two people, actually, I want to check their defenses. Let's look at Tim of Kings, because that was maxed and a meta base design. Let's check where he is on the leaderboard. Tim, have you done your attacks yet? Seems he has not. There he is. 1 attack, 8 defenses, average destruction of 80%, but it doesn't show the stars. Interesting. Who was the other player that had a really good base? No, it wasn't that one. Okay, Extreme 209. He had the Itsu base. Has he done his attacks? Looks not. No attacks, 8 defenses, 79%. Wow, I'm surprised at how high the percentage is versus those bases. I guess even a lot of the defenses I've taken, though, they're like, 90%. They might just be 1 stars, right? When we look at mine, yeah, there's some high percentage attacks there, but just nowhere near the 3-star. All right, one more. One more today, and we've locked it up. We're ready for the final day tomorrow. The dream is still alive, and we've beat 2 max level meta bases today, and we have another. I do not like these Rage Tower bases. All right, either we have to hit the fireball into the Rage area, or just a quick one to the Clan Castle. Do we just hit the Monolith? Honestly, that still gets pretty good value. I don't know if it goes... Yeah, it surely doesn't go off to the Wizard Towers from there. No way. So we just need to go like that. That. And like that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now we need to let the Warden take out some of these buildings to make sure that the cut is there. Let's go in towards the Clan Castle, but we can lure it first so that we're not dealing with Ice Golems when we're down there next to the multi-archer tower, the enemy queen. Like, I can just take these archers out now with the Ice Golems. Yes, it takes a little bit more time, but I can protect more troops moving into this dangerous rage area. Oh, that was bad, Super Barbarian. I wasn't focused. The point in using the Super Barbarian is, like, once the Ice Golem is frozen, then you can speed things up. Okay, so anyways, we got through that relatively quickly. Let's use the queen. Now, the question is, do we log launcher? Probably not, We're not going to get great value out of that. We don't need to use the other troops yet, though. Let's go troop thrower, because we only have 1 more Coco Loon. And we can go Meteor Golems here. That's going to tank the queen, so we can quickly headhunter. Do not forget the king this time. Wall break into this section. And then we should be good. I'm just going to overgrowth the far side. So, like, the back fire spitter. And then what that means is, as we're moving in towards it, let's freeze this. We can take out this near side fire spitter, get behind the other one before it wakes back up. That's the plan anyway. Now we can send in the Royal Champion, because again, you don't want to send in your champion too quick. I don't want to use the rage here, because what that's going to do is power my troops ahead of the overgrowth, and I don't want that. I want the overgrowth to wear off as my troops have taken out this area, so they're still right there to then deal with those defenses where the overgrowth is. Let's use the... Yeah, there you go. Rage, RC ability, or Queen ability, sorry. Then we use the totem. Now see how everything was right on top of them. You use those abilities and you just fry that area. So that is your trick for how to take out those dangerous rage areas in the base. From this point, we're looking good. We've got the king ability, which you want to try and, if you can't get it into the base in order to take out like major defenses and major damage, you want to save it to then speed up the attack at the end in case you're going to time fail. Punched my microphone, which we are not. 3 stars. Let's go. Rank 6. We're not even rank 1. What? But 800 trophies. 23 stars in a row. Just 10 more remain tomorrow. And can we do the unthinkable and not get 3-starred on defense either? Going into the leaderboard. Average stars per attack. 3. 100%. The dream is still alive. Day 3 of attacking. The week is not slowing down. Welcome to the life of content creation. So I think I'm going to just do 5 attacks today, and then tomorrow another 5, so hopefully I'm not as rushed. Checking out the defense log. Yes, we are still flawless. How many defenses is that now? Actually, we can go to the leaderboard to check that out. 12 defenses. Let's go. Everybody above me has done all 30 attacks. Some solid scores, but nowhere near the perfect 3-star average. So I think we're looking good there. There is a player here, look, who has a 2.8 average. We are over 150 trophies in the lead, though, so we're looking good for the number 1 spot. Let's go ahead and claim... Do I have 1 more or 2 more Clan Castle cakes in here? Just 1 more. Okay. Figure the rest out tomorrow. So let's use that. Activate my super troops. We don't want to lose those. My throwers were finished there when I first logged into the game, and I have been testing on my main account, mixing in throwers with the Meteor Golems. It's been working relatively well. Ugh. Do I go for that strategy? I've been kind of going with 3 Meteor Golems and 5 throwers. It works out beautifully. Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it a little bit. I don't want to mess with things too much. I want to assure that we do get the perfect here. But 5 attacks. Let's do this. We're still on track. Okay. Nice easy one to start out. What is this layout with the rage towers there? But these are the ones that can trip you up if you're not focused enough. Okay. I think I could do pretty much anything here, in all honesty. Let's go like this. Move that up there. Okay, how do we fireball the air defense? I think we just go 1, 2... Fireball. Oh, we hit the mortar, but that's fine in all honesty. We're going to go behind the spitter anyway. So yeah, at this point, let's take the king out. Probably didn't need that headhunter, but all is fine. Don't have to worry about defenses in the second layer, and we're going to break into that one with the queen. We do want the warden to come this way, though. So let's do that now. Should have saved a Meteor Golem to tank for the king. We are good. Break that. And take out that builder hut. And yeah, we're looking good here. Just going to save on to the Royal Champion because there is quite a few buildings on the outside where the Royal Champion would just run ahead of the king. Now let's use her. And yeah, we want the Royal Champion to basically be tanking this whole time. Let's keep an eye on that single. If it locks onto anything important, then we will switch it. Let's go like that now. Queen ability. Let's overgrowth all of this just to mitigate damage on the queen. Snipe off stuff on that side. Distract the Guardian. Let's use RC ability while she's in this nice little compartment and can easily reach those defenses. Let's freeze this and rage. Again, we're going to get the spells back at the end anyway due to Clash Anytime and now not having to train up troops and spells. So there is literally no point in swagging in ranked mode. First attack of the day done. And we only have to get to 5 today. Just taking it easy a little bit. We can keep an eye on the defenses a little bit longer. Because at the end of the week, I will have to log back in and make sure that we do have the perfect defense. But I think it wipes your history. Like, you can't go back into here, which is really annoying. Anyways, second attack. Let's go. All right, I will say I really, really, really dislike these poison bases in Legends. So what I normally like to do is hit a side, walk the monolith, and then go in, but we'd be going in towards the fire spitters there. So is that really a good move? Could we just go like this? 1, 2, 3. Fireball the single, then we can get all of that. Let's see what we want to do here. We've got a nice funnel. It would be nice, actually. I should have placed the warden a touch to the left. Then we could have walked the hero bell. Because honestly, it would be really nice to take that down. Yeah, we're going to have to go this way, I'm afraid. Go like that. And I'm going to go log launcher here. I'm just waiting a touch so that we can go king, log launcher, headhunter, like that. What have we got coming out of the CC? Okay. Can poison all of that. Get the royal champion in here to help with the defending minion prince. Single is on the warden. We want the rage spell. What are my throwers doing? Okay. Trying to go after the CC troops. Less than ideal. Less than ideal. And I have one left over. So let's keep an eye here. Log launcher breaks us to the core. Should hopefully get some value on the revenge tower as well. Let's start funneling the top here. And I might go with the RC ability once she gets through this multi-archer tower just to help through the middle there. Let's actually lock down that revenge tower until we get closer. Let's freeze that to protect my king. Oof, RC took it down anyway. Okay, we're looking good here. And then again, by the time this overgrowth wears off, my troops will be right on top of the revenge tower. We can then pop the queen ability, we can press the rage if we wish, and then she can literally wipe out that area. That thrower on the bottom. Queen ability, rage. Keep an eye on the RC here, running up to the monolith. If she gets targeted, we turn her invisible. She gets the monolith. Then we can celebrate with the king ability, moving to the back end of the base. Let's just distract with some stuff here. Beautiful. I'm happy with that. Hopefully you can see the different approaches to bases and how you can always adapt to try and get that pathing initially where the troops go in. And then really it's just managing the core of the base. The king and RC funnel the other side. 22 attacks in. How high are we on the leaderboard? Only rank 8. But everyone else pretty much has done their attacks above us, right? Yes, everybody above us has done all 30 attacks. Can we do it? Honestly, I don't think the throw has helped us there. I've just been messing around a little bit in Legends League, using the Angry Jelly on the Warden and not using it. I don't really want to start experimenting too much here because, yeah, we're getting close. Oh my goodness, what is this? Okay, we should be able to get a good fireball, in all honesty. But where do we fireball? Do we hit the monolith is pretty crazy value. We go into a lot of damage. Revenge Tower is equally nice. And then just come in from the top of the base. Make sure we've got the overgrowth for the end. That might be good, you know. We get pathing. I think that's probably the better play. Let's check first that there's not a Tesla here. You want to wait until the balloon gets to the area as well in case a Tesla pops last minute. Here we go. Beautiful. So the pathing is already set, look. We don't have to do anything else. Then we can let the warden take out a couple of things here just to extend that. But you want to make sure that he doesn't go like deep into the base. That then you can't pull the warden with your heroes. Okay, let's just start now. Because we can then hopefully get out of the way of that guardian. Are we going to do that? Or are we not? Hey, we've got a super dragon coming out of the CC. Let's block that guardian. Oh, the warden's down. Rip. I should have just... Okay, this could be tricky now. Okay, let's overgrowth this. Path everything in. Let's go Royal Champion. Headhunter. Alright, I gotta focus up now because this is hard. Get that guardian off the queen. Again, you notice throwers just right out of action there at the end. We've got to protect this king ability to try and get it to go into the base. I think now, in all honesty. Yeah, that was a beautiful king ability, actually. That might have saved us. Woo! Fantastic. All right, that's where, like I was saying, the base looked weird, but you can easily slip up if you're not careful. So just getting that value initially, I was going to fireball the bottom area, but then I guess you can't get too complacent and greedy as well. If I'd have just used the totem in the first place, we wouldn't have lost the warden. It would have been a much better attack. In all honesty, against these weird bases, the throwers do seem to be walking a little bit. Let me have a look at that. The benefit of the throwers is they have a little bit more sustained damage through the base, whereas the Meteor Golems do the main bulk of the damage once they merge together and then throw a Meteor Golem forward. But the benefit of having more Meteor Golems is it doesn't have to be the same troop that merges together. They can continue to just merge with each other. So at this point, yeah, throwers are still there. It was the one thrower that I delayed that went on the outside. So actually, the rest of them in the middle are okay. Yeah, let's continue with the throwers. Oh, we're rank 1! Let's go! This is funny. Side quest. I bought the Builder pack when Builder Hall 2 first came out, and I didn't place the battle machine. Or the battle copter. To this day, I haven't placed it just because I find it funny now. Okay. Let's go. Rank 1 with only 23 attacks done. Come on. We can do this. Wow. Okay. Goodness me. Focus up for this. Okay. Where do we fireball? Multi-Inferno would be beautiful, but can we get a quick fireball into this location? Is it worth trying to get a quick fireball? There's no buildings to anchor onto, look. That's the main issue here. We could anchor onto the the elixir storage, but equally that doesn't help us much. Oh, we're going to have to just start and hope we can figure something out. Sometimes that's what you got to do if you have a general idea. Okay, so we overgrowth, if we invis those, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, this is tricky. Maybe that gold mine, if the booger doesn't take it out, that's where the angry jelly can be good. Yeah, the booger's going to take that out. Honestly, we could end up getting stuck here. Oh, I could have gone for it there, in all honesty. Actually, let's go 1, 2, 3. Should go to the left. We hit that. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, and then the warden was moving to the left towards the gold mine because it was the closest building. The danger you have is if the warden moves in towards the base. Let's go like that. I keep forgetting to put a Meteor Golem... To leave a Meteor Golem, sorry. Alright, let's try and quickly funnel this side then, so the throwers go into the base. Let's distract that. Even though we're attracting other defenses, you can't have the Revenge Tower ricochet through onto your troops. Now we can send the Royal Champion in. I think let's just overgrowth this backfire spitter, in all honesty. Because we're right at the Revenge Tower. Now we can put another... Did it not redirect the Revenge Tower? What happened there with the totem? Headhunter. Took out the CC, so I should have used the poison on the defending hero. We can do that now. This looks beautiful. We can freeze this. And I think once those defenses go down, we'll use the RC ability. That means she should still be out of range. Actually, let's not do that. Let's go like this. Let's rage and go Queen ability to get that section down. Then we'll use the RC ability after this. Actually, not after the Archer Tower, because we're in the top area of the base. This is beautiful. This is textbook Fireball Meteor Golems or throwers, whatever you want to call it. Good deep fireball. If I'd have just gone for a quick fireball onto the defenses on the perimeter, then I essentially wouldn't have got the pathing further into the base where it's harder to make. So that's why you always need to turn some buildings invisible, but you have to be careful of the anchor points of the Warden so that he's not going to race ahead if there's not a non-defensive building there if you've turned them all invisible. The alternative is to just take an ice block and then you lock your Warden in place. That was fantastic though. I'm very, very happy with that attack. That is 24 attacks. So let's do one more today and then I'm just going to take a rest. Even though I'm actually doing pretty good today, I don't feel as rushed as yesterday. I've still got a lot to do. And I am joining the Reddit moderators for a podcast in just over 1 hour's time. So, okay. Focus up. We're going to need the log launcher for this in order to try and activate the center of the base. Do we hit... We have to go for the ricochet cannon. There's no better value than that. We could... Okay. Then we've got a couple of storages we could lock the Warden onto in order to lure the clan castle. So there's no rush here. We can just use the... Invis there. Oh, I better invis that as well, just in case. We do not want that going the wrong direction. Alright, fantastic. Now we can lure the CC and just take that... Oh, it was already fully lured. Never mind. Let's see, Warden. Make sure... You gotta sometimes keep an eye on those defending headhunters. They can be a nightmare. I don't know why I used my poison right on top of the ice golems there. That was a really silly mistake. I just form of habit with furnaces, but I should have waited until I got over here. Never mind, we can take these out basically, then enter in towards this left side, and we're not going into all of that major damage of the defending heroes and stuff, whilst attacking ice golems. I think in the current, meta, a lot of people forget you can just lure the clan castle troops. I've been doing that in Legends a lot to great success. Okay, now we just... Oh my goodness, I misplaced the queen. Okay, I guess we're going far side. We're going far side. Let's go like that. Okay, okay. This is now... Oh my goodness me. Oh my goodness me. Let's try... I want a log launcher through the ricochet cannon, the monolith, that sort of stuff. You do have to try and keep this queen alive. I'm just checking here. Come on, healers. Just clip the queen and then you're good, man. Just clip the queen. Okay, Invis Tower is popped. Now let's send the RC in at the bottom. We need the queen to go into the center. We might actually over... Yeah, she's going into the center. So we use her ability, we rage, we freeze, and we maybe even use the Invis. Now let's use the Invis. And let's overgrowth this area just to get some damage off my troops in the core. Okay. RC is running up ahead, but she's going to be out of range of damage pretty soon. So that's fine. Got the totem we can use. The back end. Oh, let's actually use her ability now. That was a bad Royal Champion ability. I could have used it earlier before she got in range of the overgrowth, but it protects the queen. As soon as that wears off, we totem. Distract all of that. Just wait. There. Then the building at the back went down, so I could invis to protect the Royal Champion now in this location. Yes! Okay. Sometimes things don't go your way mid-attack and you have to be able to adapt. On some of these rigid invis bases, you can split your army, but that one definitely wasn't ideal for it. The only reason I like to go in towards the town hall is that bit more guaranteed safety, but either way, as long as you keep your troops together, you are good. Let's check it out. 25 attacks done. 3 days remaining. Rank 1. I'm pretty sure we are securing ranked 1 at this stage. 1,000 trophies overall. And we have taken 12 defenses. Still flawless. But can we beat this challenge tomorrow? Okay, day number 4 of attacking. Let's see if we can get this done. Oh my goodness me. We're still in rank number 1. 5 attacks remain. And we are still on for the perfect defense. I can't believe it. 15 now. We are halfway through the defenses. Okay. So on my main account, I reset just outside the top 200 yesterday, but I have been adjusting the army here and there slightly. I like to just tinker with strategies, and I've been using the Poison Lizard on the Archer Queen. It has a few extra levels over Diggy, and it's really helpful because the Poison Lizard does impact the Guardian. So I think I will stick with that for today. I did struggle a little bit more yesterday when I was messing around with throwers in the army instead of just all Meteor Golems. Again, in Legend mode, so I appreciate it's a little bit different to this. But I think I will go back to using more Meteor Golems. Actually, the one thing you could do, maybe I'll show you it here as well, is you can take rocket balloons instead. Now, you can either get rid of the Super Barbarians or get rid of the Wall Breaker, because a lot of the time you do use the log launcher in approaches. But if you don't break the Archer Queen into the base for that initial layer, then it can be really tricky. Let me show you the Rocket Loon approach. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite me. So let's take 4 Rocket Loons. That's generally enough to help snipe off defenses and set up your Warden Charge. An Ice Golem is good to send in either in front of the King or in front of the Meteor Golems. And I guess just one other Archer. Okay, do I have another Clan Castle cake in here or not? No, I do not. Okay, let me invite my main account back to this clan. That just means I can then donate to myself. Brilliant. Okay, I have not used this Rocket Loon approach since like the start of last season. So with 5 attacks to go, maybe this is a bad idea. But hey, I like to try and give you some advice throughout these videos as well so that you can take the learnings into your own attacks. If this first one is a nightmare, maybe we'll switch back to try and lock this up and get it done. All right, it would be great to get a fireball into the core of the base. I might try and force the fireball in there, to be honest. There's 2 options. Either we use the overgrowth in the core, or we use the overgrowth to set up pathing to get the fireball to the core. If we could land the fireball on the Revenge Tower, that would be pretty sick. And honestly, I think we can do it. Or even the Builder Hut next to the Revenge Tower would work. Let me see if we can set this up. So let's go Warden with the healers. And let's use the Rocket Loons to snipe off those. Okay. That just means we don't have to use an invis spell for that. We just got to keep an eye here on this single target Inferno. How do we deal with this? Okay, single's going to lock on. Let's totem now. Use the Headhunter. Let's overgrowth all of this. Okay, then we don't have to worry about the invis spell on that. Might have been a touch early. Totem. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we should be able to get this. Once that goes down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fireball. Earthquakes. Beautiful. Check that out. Fantastic. So we use the overgrowth to force the fireball to the core. Then, yeah, we can actually go to the left and get rid of the fire spitters. But what we do want to do is get rid of the expos first. Now we have beautiful pathing into there. We can use the Ice Golem to protect the King. Don't need the log launcher. But notice that I used the Meteor Golems and the King straight away to the left side. That's going to mean that we have another single target Inferno, so we have to keep an eye on that. But that's going to mean hopefully the troop launcher breaks open the wall. But that, you can see the issue. The queen was about to walk around the edge of the base there. And that is the problem if you do not take that wall breaker. So you just have to be very careful if you're not using the log launcher. So we do have the invisibility spell coming back. We could freeze that, but to be honest, I don't think it's actually going to matter that much. I'd rather keep the freeze for the defenses, because we'll just pick up the town hall after that wears off. Let's maybe... Okay, we've got to keep an eye here. Let's go king ability. That's going to just hit the defenses. Queen ability. After the expo, we can pop the RC so that she keeps out of range. We can then freeze all of this. Oh, we still have the rage. Brilliant. So that gave you a really good example of using the rocket loons to set up the fireball. Using the overgrowth not just for pathing through the base or to reduce damage through the base, but if you're going to get a crazy fireball, you can also use it to help with pathing to the core of that fireball as well. So another really nice attack to start off today. I think I'll stick with the rocket loons for the moment. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite me because we only have 4 attacks remaining. All right, let's get those CC troops. Let's do this. Oh, gosh. The nerves start to build when you get closer. Okay, let's just make sure the CC troops have gone in. Sometimes it like glitches. It says they've been donated from this account, but then doesn't through the other one. Okay. Town Hall 17. So should be good. It's a decent layout, but we should be okay. What do we fireball? I kind of want to fireball the core. Where do we start? We just got to be out of range of this air defense, I think, and then we would be good. So let's go from here. Let's put a super barbarian on there. 2 rocket loons on there. Archer to start filling that. Get that air defense out, because I want the warden to path in over a little bit here. Try and take this wizard tower out if we can. I'm just trying to basically make it easier to get the fireball to the core here. Yeah, that worked. Headhunter for the queen. Probably didn't need that. Okay. We could probably hit it soon, but we need to... Okay. Let's go now. Okay, pull the warden. Beautiful fireball. Oh, I should have allowed me to get the... Ooh, that fire spitter. How could we deal with that? I think what we're going to do is try and send the 1 balloon in to try and snipe that. The booger is there, so let's let that do some work first. Get the RC anchored through there and onto the monolith. That booger is actually going to take out the fire spitter. Let's go. Yeah, let's just use the loon now, like that. Make sure we don't time fail. Start to try and pick some of these off. Queen ability. Overgrow for this. Just damage-wise, should have kept the royal champion out of range of stuff. Yeah, I mean, we're good. I don't want to not use these spells here. Again, you never want to underestimate things, especially not at this stage of the challenge. That's another attack down. King's Spiky Ball to celebrate. I always love using the King's Spiky Ball just to finish off the base. Just something nice about that. Okay. Oh. All right, 3 attacks remain. Checking the leaderboard status. We still have that perfect 3-star, 100% average. Come on. What type of bases do we have? Oh my goodness. All right, this is an awful base. So we got to charge a little bit. Like, how far do we have to charge, actually? We don't have to charge that much. We could overgrowth this bottom area of the base, invis that. Yeah, we might go for just a safe fireball here. Rather than getting too close to the clan castle, we might just go with an early fireball. Let's do that. Overgrowth this. Okay, so that's out of action now. There's not a Tesla, so we can go 1, 2, 3. Fireball. No! What? I wanted to hit the builder hut. Oh my goodness. This is going to be really, really, really tricky. How do we recover this? What? Oh my goodness. I don't know what to do here. I think we've failed. I honestly think we've failed. We've got to cut the funnel, which is what we're doing now. Get rid of the furnace so we don't lose the healers. Then we have to pull into the bottom of the base, try and go behind the fire spitter in the middle, and we got to just commit all of the spells for that. Right, let's pull the warden. We didn't get a full CC pull. Keep the warden alive! Oh my goodness. What do we use the rocket wings for? Maybe the archer tower at the back? Queen, we can't lose. Rage, queen, like that. As soon as I can get to that archer tower, the ricochet cannon, that's what I'm targeting the rocket loons on. Come on, come on, push through that top end of the base. Start trying to clean up. And force the king ability into the base. So we're sniping any buildings on the outside. King ability now, try and protect the royal champion. Get the expo, we got it. Oh my goodness, what a let off. What a let off. That is where fireballs can be risky. Wow, I was not expecting that air defense to be the closest building. It must have been pretty close. Especially with the overgrowth, the core of that base was a nightmare. We just had to make sure to commit everything to it. Oh, goodness me. Get those troops donated. And I think one thing that is important, especially when you're pushing in legends, is if you have an attack like that, I mean, that's fine, arguably, but if you're tilted and you fail and you're angry, don't go straight into another attack because you're not thinking straight. So let's just take a moment to chill, watch that back, then I'll attack again. I mean, I had another invis spell. Ugh, it's so close, you know. If I'd have put the warden in front of the auto hut, it's going to that builder hut. You always want to look at the rage aura of the warden because that means you don't have to look as far as where the warden is. The further you get away from a target, the more difficult it is to know where the fireball is going to go. So use the rage aura to help you. But even then, looking at it, that is very close. Couple of tiles across to the left, we'd have hit that builder hut. Or I could have just invised those if I had have considered them as a target it might have hit. 2 left. Yes, this is the base we literally just hit. Let's go. Okay. Now let's just check in case, you know, this one's different. You never know. So we used a barbarian to snipe that, a barbarian to snipe that. Used 2 rocket loons on that. And we used 2 rocket loons on there. Yes, there is still Tesla. Archer to help take out those. Yeah, we've got that gold storage in the middle that the warden would lock onto. Arguably, the gold mines on the left are even better because that's where I'm going to pull the warden anyway. As long as you don't turn buildings invisible and then he like races into the middle of the base. That's not what you want. Okay, so after that we can go 1. Yeah, we can get it after this. 1, 2. Let's use the 3rd just in case. Fireball. Go like that, and let's poison that dragon. Let's let the warden chill there for a moment because we can just get that fire spitter and then it's a little bit safer. Okay, so you can use the Rage Aura again to see what he's going to attack next. So like I mean, do I let him get the scatter shot? I guess let's do that and then I'll pull the warden across. Got to be careful on time here. I don't want to time fail. So yeah, let's try and spread the troops out a little bit more actually so we don't time fail. So we'll use a Meteor Golem to protect the Royal Champion on that side. Protect the King. Might not even use the Overgrowth this attack, or I'll use it super early anyway, just to make sure that, yeah, like we don't miss the buildings at the end. Okay, so let's like use it now for that Ricochet Cannon. By the time we get there, we'll be good. Let's freeze that. Yeah, we only have, like, not long. Goodness me. Queen ability, come on. Let's totem, make sure we don't miss anything here. Totem again, protect that king. Okay, I was worried for a second we were going to time fail. That's where the king ability is good to finish off, not even close. That's where you can get greedy with the Warden Walk as well. Make sure you're getting good value, you're setting the funnel, but don't get too greedy so that you time fail. 1 left. 1 left. And then we've completed the perfect attack. Let's take a look at this. 29 out of 30. 3 stars. Oh, this guy got 2.8 on average, so very close second there. Most people have done their 30 attacks. Yeah, you can see how they scrambled things now. So, like, some people have only taken 14 defense, so some people have taken 16. When Ranked first came out, you kind of could work out who you were going to attack. It's much better like this, so you don't know. But, yeah, maybe I have a really tough one to finish off. Maybe they give me an easy base. No! It's a meta Town Hall 18 base! Okay. Think. We've got to go behind the Fire Spitter and the Revenge Tower. We've got to hit one of those invis compartments. No question about it. So we can lock the Warden onto this invis. Not invis. We don't want to be too far away to make sure they... Yeah, what I think I'm going to do is take this out, go with the Warden on the side. Once the Archer Tower's down, I'm just going to invis. And then we can hit the Invisibility Tower. So 1, 2. Oomph. That gets all of that. Great. That sets up really good pathing. Let's pull the Warden before we get too far through this. Get those in as well. Okay. And let's go Ice Golem, Meteor Golem, King, this. Headhunter, and I'm also going to freeze that multi-target Inferno, because that's going to get rid of the Headhunters and just be, like, really annoying. Poison this. Now let's go with the Royal Champion. Looking good. We'll go with that. Should have totemed the Revenge Tower. That was a little bit late. And the rocket... Actually, we don't need to rocket lean that Archer Tower. We can get it out with just the Super Barbs. Invis. Get ready with the Queen ability once that Overgrowth wears off. Keeping an eye. Spirit Fox rotation there for the Royal Champion. We can use another invis. Queen ability. Rage. King ability is going to go right into all of those defenses. Perfect. We can try and snipe the multi ricochet cannon at the top. Royal Champion's doing work. Goes invisible with the Spirit Fox to get that other ricochet cannon. We end at the Town Hall for the final attack. 3 stars. And that is 30 out of 30 attacks completed. All 3 stars. 100% average destruction per attack. Only 72% on defense. I think we've well and truly secured the #1 spot. Future me will log in to show you the defense log at the end of the week. Most of the time, not everyone does all of their attacks. I only did 12 last week, so on average, people only took 24 defenses, meaning we are halfway to the perfect. You will see on your screen now if we did that. There is my final ranking. I hope you have enjoyed this one, learned a few things for your attacks. I will place a recommended video of mine on your screen that YouTube thinks you will like. Enjoy the rest of your day.